Okay, I guess I'll do this. I was gonna. It's very painful, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We don't often do this, but it's unusual. What I'm going to do is inform. I'm not gonna beg, and I will do this tonight, but not again, at least for another few years, as we will leave the situation in God's hands. You know that I'm of the opinion, and always have been for 12 years, that where God guides, God provides. And when the provisions actually come to a place where they don't provide, our ministerial efforts will end. And it's the only way that I can see it. He has not led people to provide, and so we're going to do it that way. I feel bad that this message is following what I just talked about, because this has nothing to do, being his has nothing to do with contributions to a ministry. It has nothing at all, so please don't tie those together. But I do feel an obligation to inform those who are involved in the ministry the state of our affairs. And it's up to you on how, if or when you choose to respond. Because of my insistence to teach what I believe is the truth of Scripture, we have lost financial support over the years 80%. I met with Derek today, and we talked the numbers. From 2009 to 2013, we moved into the black as a ministry after nearly a decade of being in the solid red. And then in 2013, after going after the Christian churches, we began to slide backward. So that was the first week of 2013, we began to see the steady decline. And times have never been more tough than now in the ministry, but not just for the ministry. These times are very tough on individuals too. And I understand that, and I appreciate that, and I respect that fact. But I've learned that many people, they believe we are flush with cash because we don't talk about it. And that's far from the truth. From January to June, we've had total donations from campus, church, and Heart of the Matter of $35,000. Now, that's an average of $5,800 a month. And to some people, that's a laughable amount. But to other people, it sounds like a huge dollar amount. And it is a lot of money. With those funds, we run the ministry. We run the utilities, the lease of the church studio, the insurance, the water, the maintenance, the internet, the website development, benevolence, which is not much, payroll, and reimbursements. And whenever anyone has asked for help, we have tried to give it. I spend 20 to 30 hours a week in preparation, and 20 to 30, maybe sometimes 40, presenting and other ministerial functions, including travel and counseling with people. In the last 2 months, haven't had an income. My average income from February to June was $2,000 a month. I would take zero money from the ministry if I could make ends meet to do what I do, but I can't. And so, you know, I do artwork, and you know that I sell that, but that's not any artist knows that's not a regular thing unless you really have a following. So I will look for another job. That's not a problem. I've done it before in ministry. Worked at odd jobs to keep money coming in. But I can't do it all anymore. And it's too much time to produce what I feel is a quality product to both work outside and support my family and continue to do that. So watching the steady decline in financial support over the past quarter, I decided to inform you, our viewers, and let the chips fall where they may. Listen, we do not want you to throw money at the problem. That would just be a temporary solution to a long-term problem. And I'm just shooting straight with you. And I'm not going to make this announcement month in and month out. We aren't going to go that route. Our hope is that being informed, if you are in a position, that has always been the case. We don't want starving students. We don't want people on a limited fixed income. We don't want retired people who can't make ends meet. We don't want people who are needy, giving the widow's mite. I don't believe that's scriptural at all. But if you are in a position and led of the Lord, so take it to Him, we would appreciate systematic support of the ministry. $1 a month to whatever amount you want a month systematically would go a long way, rather than just writing us a check once and saying, okay, we've helped. It just doesn't help us plan and budget for what we do. Additionally, and this is for people who can't support the ministry financially, and there's a lot of you, and I understand that, but if you will share the ministry with your friends and with your family, and more importantly, if you will pray for the well-being of the ministry financially, those two things are sacrificial on your part that we would greatly benefit by, probably even better than cash. But, having said that, we'll take the cash too. So this is the present situation. Does ministry cost money, even a deconstructed ministry that's online? And yes, it does. And I believe in the work we are doing, and I refuse to let this situation become a focus, but it's only fair to give all interested parties a heads up. I'm going to make this same speech at our campus gatherings, and we'll see what happens from there. If you're led, you can go to hotm.tv, or you can write us at the address that is on the screen. It's unfortunate that in this world we got to deal with the material, and I preach against material religion, but it's a fact of life. And ultimately we could get to the point where we just don't have it anymore. That may be God's will. I'm open to that. He may be moving me in a different direction. If that's the case, let the chips show us. And because if they do after another month or so, if we see that this hasn't, then it's fine. We can do that. There's thousands of hours of material from us. And I'm not saying, we can't continue to benefit from that. I think we can keep those websites going without a tremendous amount of financial support, and we'll do that. But I'm just trying to keep you, trying to be fair to people who have invested themselves in the ministry, to let you know with their heart, their emotions, and their pocketbook, this is where we are and this is how it is.